Well, everyone, good morning and welcome back to the best hour of your day. Considering your day is very, very mediocre, it's the Eric and Rodney show. Now, I do hope I do the intros justice for you, Eric. So, Eric is on day
It
two
wasn't that
of
good. I got
his.
to be honest. It wasn't that good. It wasn't your
I
best work.
know, I know. Eric is very electric when he does these intros, so it's
Eric
hard to fill
created
in
it.
his shoes. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And now we're using it every day.
We miss
That
you,
good.
Eric.
Now we're running
We do.
straight to the ground.
So Eric is on day 2 of his alien probing marathon, and we'll be out until further notice. So in the meantime, we have Becky Jolly, and today we're going to go over some spicy bits, which kind of revolve around social media. And Becky here is going to guide us on how you can take control and turn yours around.
Yeah.
Later,
Turn your
also on the
social
show,
media
we're
around.
going to do.
It's not too late.
Yeah. So we're actually going to go into Rodney's LinkedIn account, and
Oh no.
Becky is going to do some probing
Oh
on what
no.
he may or may not be doing right.
Oh no.
Are you
Oh
ready?
no.
Also, if you have time, and if anybody is watching, I would like to play Stump the Social Media and see if somebody comes up with like a fun topic, if we can like come up with post ideas on air. So if that works for you guys, and if we have time, I think that would be
Are
fun.
you going to be able to do that? Because I don't. That's beyond my expertise.
Okay, so
Could give
I
it a shot.
clearly establish that. So yes.
Okay. I just making sure. All right, Robin. Is that so? Hold on now. You're in the lobby of your apartment again. Is this right?
That
That
no,
is
this
a
is my
nice.
second office.
This is your living room. Okay, second office. Got
Yeah.
it. Got it.
Servants' quarters.
It's
You
this
see some people in the
podcast
background. These are
studio.
my. Yes, these are my workers.
It's like, get off camera, Benson. All right. What stories
All
do
right.
we
So
have?
before
America demands it.
yes. Before all that lovely stuff, we will have to cover the news because America demands our opinions.
right.
Okay, so I have a huge upgrade over yesterday's stream. I can now add pictures. Look at that.
Incredible.
Okay.
Somebody likes
So-
brick.
Doesn't.
That's true. What do you guys notice about this picture? Do you see anything?
Lot of brick. There is a lot of brick, and there's no windows towards the end, but I'm just brainstorming here.
3-car garage, which is excessive. Like how many cars?
Doesn't look like there's any garage doors.
What do you think the story is about? Bricks?
I was gonna say it's a commercial about bricks.
I think is there a logo on that truck? Wondering if that's like a law enforcement truck or something.
Oh, is that the
Could be.
Policia?
Could be.
But I also
so
noticed
Becky's
that the
closer.
architecture doesn't look that great. It looks like there's no windows to the right of the house, which I'm concerned about.
Okay.
That's a construction fail.
Yeah.
Okay, so the story is, according to a LinkedIn editorial, electric vehicles are now the solution to keeping our lights on when we're soon to be hit by outages caused by climate change. So the article goes on to say that many new models of cars are being equipped to the capability of powering up an entire average American home, which I'm assuming has like 4 refrigerators, 2 heated pools, and 7 TVs. Is that
That's
right?
Becky's house. Mine only has one.
Yeah.
Becky's house has 5 or is it 6 refrigerators you have now? Or-
Do other people's cats share a TV? That's not okay. You know what I mean?
Well, Becky, you already have 2 monitors in the background, and of course you
Yeah.
have one in front of you.
Those are her
so-
spare monitors. Those are her spares.
Okay, so they're saying that electric vehicles are even going to replace generators and solar and battery systems. Now I'm going to call bullshit on this one because I think this article is a bit blown out, and it's another way of trying to convince everyone to buy electric cars. So I'm not sure if everyone remembers, but we did cover on a previous story a while back that the switch to electric cars is actually harming the environment because number one, the mining of the batteries is creating irreversible damage to the earth, and number two, so when you get rid of the secondhand gas cars, they get shipped to West Africa, and they end up having like 50 calibers mounted on them, and they're used for vehicles of war. So we're not really solving the climate crisis here.
No.
I also find it hilarious because this has been going on we've been talking about this for a long time, and like it really started to get a lot of coverage like a little over a year ago. And I don't know if y'all remember, but at the exact same time that they were saying, like, we're going to eradicate, at one point, they're like, listen, we're going to eradicate fossil fuel vehicles in California by like 2024, 2025 or whatever. And same time, they were having rolling brown and blackouts in California to save electricity. So cool. Like the power comes from somewhere. The electricity comes from somewhere. If it comes from my car, it comes from like the power lines. I don't care. But it seems like there's adding an unnecessary step in the middle because it's the same power source. So yeah, that's dumb.
I was thinking what we should do is gather up all the magicians and have them figure out how to solve it.
I feel like honestly, if anybody has like the heavy hitting problem solving capabilities,
it's probably got to be Chris Angel.
So I mean, he walked up the side of a building. Surely he knows how to fix electricity. Or Lance Burton. Remember Lance Burton? David Copperfield, David Blaine.
David Blaine.
Yeah.
Wait, David Copperfield? No, that's
maybe he's a character. I don't know. Oliver Twist. I don't know.
No, author of that Dickens.
If you think about it, there's not that many famous magicians. I think the last really famous magician was Chris Angels, and he's not even a magician; he's an illusionist.
Yeah, yeah. We all in our own special way.
We're all illusionists, right?
Yeah. Like people who think my face actually looks like this. It does not.
So I just feel like the level of magic and illusionists has increased so much in the past couple of years that like it just gets boring when they're seeing the same stuff over and over again, and it's like it's hard to compete because they've seen everything.
That's right.
Yeah. So but to get back to the story, I think this is you are 100% nail on the head. They're adding an extra step, so you have to buy something that we already have
and likely need a subscription.
Yeah, because it's electricity, so it's the same power source, so it doesn't do anything to change the power source. We're still burning coal for that.
That's true. Do you guys have like a shortage of these electric vehicle charging stations?
I don't know. Shortage implies there's demand for something. So I don't know if it's a shortage or if there's just it's not adopted. There's not enough adoption to justify the next level.
The biggest problem I have with electric vehicles is that you have to wait for them to charge, where I can get gas in a few minutes.
Yeah. That's true. And like it's hilarious to see videos of people like using gas powered generators to charge electric vehicles on the side of the road when they run out of electricity.
Yeah, it's just stupid. It's completely stupid.
In Manila, we have 5 electric vehicle charging ports, and they're all parked outside the dictator's son's house. So
I bet they are.
Not really a thing here either. Okay, let's get on to the next story. This one doesn't hold so much. So our next
story was terrible.
I
agree.
I entertaining.
Is this is Becky on a Friday? What's going on here? It's happy hour. Tuesday.
Some of us have fun lives.
Okay, well, it is related to overworking. So this story brings us to Asia. China's job markets seem to be taking a huge hit. So a lot of the kids that have been born from the baby boom are reaching adulthood, and now there's just not enough work. And if there is enough work, they're usually overworked into like 16-hour shifts that are very unforgiving, and the pay isn't even worth it. So like the average salary for an entry-level job in China is around $200 a month.
Wow.
On top of that, there's also a rent crisis. So
wait, I'm sorry. In China, the average monthly salary is $200
for entry level. Yes.
And they tell us here that China is a superpower. This sounds like when I found out Russia was using rotary phones. Superpowers. Sounds like Cuba. Go on. $200.
$200 is rotary phones are very reliable.
Well, here's what I'll tell you. They said they were using rotary phones in the tanks.
Yeah.
They're not going to believe it when they realize we can kill people without even using the guns. It's all from drones. They're going to lose their minds. I'm just saying. I thought China, like I was thinking, you were going to be like $200,000 a month. $200.
$200.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so the Chinese government is well aware of the situation in the economy. And well, on the front page of the CCP, which is their state newspaper, um, President Xi tells workers a phrase in Mandarin that translates to "eat bitterness," which is an expression used to say "endure hardship," also known as the Chinese government doesn't really care about your problems.
Uh-huh.
Or is that in America, thoughts and prayers?
Well, that's it's when people don't have freedom to make their own choices about things, and when you take out the free economy, this is what we see happening all the time.
Right.
Like this.
So this next,
Yeah.
yeah, this next photo is actually a photo of a job fair. Oops. And you could just see how many people are lined up, and it's just for one application. It's that bad.
Yeah. I don't know that there is a perfect economic system in the world. There's not a perfect anything in the world, because it's all run by people, and people mess stuff up.
You're saying people aren't perfect?
Yes, other people besides us three, everybody else.
Right. That's right.
But I feel like free economies are a lot better than this.
That's
I
true.
agree.
I would say the word socialism, but then a red dot would come on my head.
It makes me think when that's kind of what we hear kind of from people often, is like, we need a communism, we need socialism, we know these things, and then we see real life examples of it every single day, and this is exactly what it looks like, and I'm like, hard pass, but thank you.
Yeah, no, of course. Communism on paper seems like a very nice idea, where everyone is sort of equal and we're all in this communal environment. So China actually still has this sort of like a social credit system, which is very bizarre. So like, you do a good thing for the government and they give you like social credits, which you can use to like buy stuff. Or if you are surfing on like Facebook, which is actually illegal in China, you get like a state broadcasted a stream to your TV where you're like, get off Facebook or we're gonna minus your social credits. It's quite bizarre.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, that's scary stuff. Scary spice.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. Well, thanks for bringing me down, Robin.
Thanks for destroying our Tuesday, Robin.
Okay, wait, hey. Okay, so this one,
Becky's gonna go listen to Dashboard Confessional for the rest of
the day. This next one is a little bit brighter, I promise.
Let's hope.
Okay, so what does this picture look like to you guys?
A lot of people on stage. Kindergarten graduation. Right? Isn't that what it looks like? Because now, no, can I just say something? This is what blows me away, right? When I was a child 100 years ago, you had one graduation.
Yeah.
And that was from the high school or either the university, the uni.
Yeah.
Now people will be like, I've got to go to Susie's graduation. Yes, her fourth grade graduate. What?
Yeah.
Now, Susie, this is the crazy part. Susie has a cap and gown for the four. Now, I'm just thinking this is insanity.
Yeah.
He's in fourth grade.
This is a true story. When I graduated from college, this says a lot about me as a person. All I wanted was Guitar Hero for my college graduation.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
that's a good game.
It was super fun. This was when it was cool. So 100 years ago, I did not get that. Which, in retrospect, my parents gave me cash, which was better for somebody starting their career.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Poor decision making on my part, but that's what happens when you're 22. But my nephew got it for graduating from preschool. That is a true story.
Did you steal it from him?
I made him play it a lot with me, but also right when I graduated from college, I immediately moved out of state, so I didn't like take it with me. That would have been mean, but I made him play it a lot with me when I moved back. So I got my.
So that's good news. Another guess I have is are these all of Ron DeSantis' children?
Okay,
actually,
so
some of them are adults. Actually, some of them are
getting
adults.
hotter.
So,
you're getting hotter. So this one actually comes as a shocker. This was supposed to be our "What's Going On in Florida" story, but for the first time, Florida actually seems to be doing something right. At least Fox News says so. So the headline is Florida has the blueprint for America's civics crisis, which is a very heavy statement. So this was after DeSantis. I don't know if you guys like him or not, but he created a $100 million program to elevate civic literacy and education. So this comes with like a whole new curriculum,
Wait,
seminars,
what is
and history
civic
teaching.
literacy?
So it like teaches the
Social studies?
kids social studies. Yes, it teaches the kids how to be better citizens and contributing citizens to the United States. So
This sounds absurd.
yeah, well, the moral
Discuss
of the
$100
story
million.
is well, yeah, I mean the moral of the story is who knew that the solution to law-abiding citizens and carrying their weight was a better education system.
I am going to proceed with caution. I'm all for people contributing and having a good education system, people contributing to society in a positive way. So I know it's a crazy polarizing statement, but I don't know how much the government can contribute to that. Because again, I said this before, but I don't know how. I think they're very ineffective, and I think that stuff that they do is not helpful typically. So we'll see how it pans out. But like, I'm not mad at the idea. I guess it depends on what it contains.
Of course. Well, they're not saying they've solved the problem. They're saying they have the blueprint for the problem. So,
Okay.
So if they didn't solve it, then how do they have the blueprint? Isn't the blueprint the solution?
Yes, but they haven't taken it into action.
Yeah.
So what are all these people giggling about on stage and clapping?
Social
I
media
know, doesn't make any sense.
I typically am not.
Are these the terrific kids for the month of June?
Wait, so what's the position on DeSantis? Do you guys like him?
I don't know Rick DeSantis.
Why are we walking on eggshells here? I feel like
Becky always does. We need Eric here. Eric loves Ron DeSantis, right?
Ron DeSantis
or no, Ron. I said Rick. It's Ron. Sorry,
yeah,
it's Ron.
It is. Ron. That's why I was laughing at you because you said the same. Because he's a polarizing figure, but most politicians are.
He's running for president.
He is running for president
of the United States of Americas.
That is correct. That is
against Donald Trump and the Republican Party.
Yes. Well, he's not running.
So he's a Democrat.
No, he's a Republican.
Okay, Republican running against.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
He was trying to get there. Oh, so let me back up. He's one of, how many is it? 20, 30, 60? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people running for president every year, right? A bunch of rich people and idiots will decide to run for president, and eventually, well, not every year, but every time there's an election, and they'll waste a boatload of money, and then it'll be narrowed down to two people, whoever the incumbent is, which in this case is Joseph Biden, or whoever wins the nomination. So right now, all the Republicans are trying to get the nomination.
Yeah.
To run against Joseph Biden.
I mean, based on this segment alone, I mean, he seems like a pretty bright guy. But it might be a bold statement. So apparently, you guys still have the case.
He's intelligent. System. Yeah, he's intelligent. He has like some pretty advanced degrees.
But
he's very polarizing, as Becky said.
Yeah, he is a polarizing figure. But I do like when politicians push back on the media, and he does that, and I find it highly, highly entertaining. I enjoy that when people push back on the media. So I like that.
So you're saying he's electric.
He is electric. He's
electric.
But most like Trump did it too. And like not making any statements about anything here personally, but I enjoy watching people push back on the media and what they're saying, and like the.
So you're saying that you want who to win?
I want me to win.
Well, that'd be a good one.
But he's more measured. So Trump did it too, but Trump was very like caustic and bombastic about how he did it, and Ron DeSantis is more like measured and like even toned and like simple.
He is.
So
yeah.
That is highly entertaining for me to watch. I enjoy that quite
a bit. Okay, so the next one, this is actually a milestone because this is for the first time we're covering a story that is actually very good news. So Alzheimer's, I'm sorry, yes. Alzheimer's seems to be the biggest enemy of old people. It's heartbreaking because about 1 in 3 of the elderly people face this, and for the first time in 20 years, New medicine has come to treat this, and they've just recently received the green light by the FDA. And there's a 30% decrease, slowdown in cognitive decline by the treatment. So
Cool.
it's very good news.
It
Let
is
me
good
just
news.
share
Is that what is going on?
picture.
Oh, okay. Who are these people? They
So
cured it or fixed it?
no, these are actually two very happy early patients of the treatment who said that it completely reversed their condition, and they're very thankful. They're trusting their
Which
clinicians and the
two?
new treatment to continue.
They're
Both the males on the left.
I see.
Is Alzheimer's do more men get it than women?
Yes, by far.
Yeah, I thought that because I just from personal experience know more men who have had it than women. So that's interesting to me. I wonder why that is. I also, something that's really interesting in this, I don't know how accurate or up to date this information is, but at one point I know that they were calling it type 3 diabetes because there's a really strong correlation between like sugar consumption and Alzheimer's. Like the higher your sugar consumption, the more likely it is that you're going to suffer from memory loss, which I think is really interesting because not to go off on too big of a tangent, but the brain is entirely made of fat and sugar is kind of like the opposite. So it breaks down your brain from what I understand, or it I don't know. It's sugar is very strongly correlated with it. So
I was told too. I was told as well, like from a cancer doctor, an oncologist one time, that if you were ever diagnosed with cancer, the best thing to do is to go into a ketogenic diet. He said because sugar breeds cancer.
Yeah, sugar feeds cancer.
Feeds cancer, yeah.
Cancer cells, it like multiplies, but same. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, so the keto diet is actually a very friendly alternative for elderly folks who are looking to avoid. I think for men it's about 40% of men are at risk of getting Alzheimer's, and for women it's lower, something like 25 or maybe low 20s.
Holy back, that's horrifying.
Yeah, it's scary stuff. Scary spice.
Okay, but good news, they have a medication that's helping reverse that.
Yeah.
So
good news.
Good job for doctors.
Good news. Good news.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually think maybe the situation in America is even worse because I do know Americans love their sugar.
Oh.
No, we hate sugar.
I don't get why the FDA. Yeah, but I don't get why the FDA doesn't like regulate how much sugar they're putting into all these processed foods.
I think it has to do with the money.
The
money,
of course.
Because our interesting fun fact about America, our nutritional guidelines are not written by the FDA; they're written by the USDA, which is the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
Oh, yeah. I remember Becky also just recently posted a post about was it the food chart or something like that? It was a couple of days ago.
I posted something about how my summer diet kind of looks like a toddler who was given $100 bill in. So I am tightening things up and asking, "What's your favorite healthy go-to stuff?" But I've been on a health and nutrition journey for like 2 years, so I just.
Rodney, do you want to share your very depressing diet?
I eat the same things over and over every day, every meal. Yeah, I eat egg whites and eggs and fruit and meat.
Yeah, that's the healthiest stuff. And I do daily intermittent fasting, which I'm obsessed with. I love it. So I don't eat for 6 hours a day, and then I fast for 18.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I love it. But
I think all that stuff's good.
Go doctors.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We actually are probably more of a doctor than Dr. Oz. Right? Because wasn't he selling magic beans?
Right? Sure, selling
magic pills.
A lot of stuff.
So when you say toddler diet, what are we talking about?
Lots of like I like
non-healthy items.
Yeah, super healthy. I do. So I just a couple weeks ago, my friends and I went camping for a weekend. So that's when a lot of this happened. So there were like Skittles, there's licorice, or s'mores.
You guys do realize that when you're camping, you're not gonna have a stove with you. So I think everyone
That's
has a
true.
toddler's diet. Like it's impossible to me to eat healthy if you're in the middle of the woods,
It was
unless you're killing animals and eating them raw.
I
I
sure
mean,
did
what are you
not
going to eat?
to combat that. Like there are ways.
Yeah.
We did have a girl we cooked stuff. I just cooked s'mores instead of like
Yeah.
a chicken breast. That was my choice.
Yep.
But it is tough because like keeping things cold is hard and like
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
yeah.
Unless you're Bear Grylls, it's a nightmare.
But also like in the car at home, I could have eaten nothing instead of an entire bag of Twizzlers by myself.
I hate Twizzlers.
Well, then you're not.
They don't really taste like anything to me.
Then you were uninvited camping.
I would have had a bag of Doritos, perhaps, but not Twizzlers.
Those are good too. Yeah.
Oh, now that you mention it, I am never gonna go camping without a bag of Doritos now because Rodney told us a secret the other day about Doritos.
Secret, a hack. I was an Eagle Scout, if you can believe it.
Which is what?
And I found out that if you in the woods, if you need to light a fire, you can light it with a Dorito.
Oh,
I've started fires with Doritos. Yeah.
Cool.
It's quite impressive.
A lot of my friends are like Bear Grylls, and they are.
Well, tell them the news.
Super.
So you don't need a flint; you need a bag of Doritos.
Yeah. So I'm the indoor cat, so I'm just like, please help me not die for 2 days in the woods.
Yeah, I don't want to die. I agree.
Okay, hailing from Europe again, and I know you guys are gonna hate me for the next few words. The next story involves one German, one climate change activist, and an incident of road rage. So this one isn't nearly as weird as yesterday's story, I promise. Let me share it real quick. So this is what happened. So obviously someone got really upset. They're calling this a brutal blonde. So this German blonde woman got really upset because you know how you have all these climate activists and they just love for some reason to stand in the middle of the road with signs and stop traffic. So this one woman just had enough, proceeded to drag the activist by her hair to the side of the road and get her out of the way. So like they're like suing and but for once, I might actually agree with the road rager. Because I mean, like the whole argument.
I don't understand. So she got out of the car and grabbed this brown-haired lady and started dragging her. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, to get her off the fucking road. Like, why would you protest about climate change where you're stopping vehicles and like all these emissions are just wasted as well? So like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's kind of silly. Well, listen, at least we know where her heart is.
And
it looks like some of her hair. Now, I think, you know what? You got to find this lady because she definitely is going to need extensions. So my sales brain is kicking in here. She's going to need some help.
Extension people.
Yeah.
Actively.
Is there a stereotype of like which one is spicier, the blondes or the redheads?
Oh, does she have red hair? I thought it was brown.
Well, no. So one is a redhead and the other one's blonde.
Oh, sorry.
The blonde is the road rager. Yeah.
I don't know that that's the most important debate in America right now, but
it's the only one worth talking about.
It's certainly not. I know blondes have more fun.
You do know they do, or you don't?
I do know that they do.
How do you know?
I read about it in a book.
Wonder how. So apparently these climate activists they call themselves the last generation, and they believe it's their calling to block roads and protest climate change. So you're just getting all these weird groups that are really trying to drag their agenda and break everyday life.
Yeah.
I know it's a shame.
It's frustrating because
they keep blocking the road. They might end up being the last generation.
That's true.
I'm a free speech absolutist, but I firmly believe that like your rights end when they start to interfere with my rights. So
yeah,
say whatever you want, hold all the signs up. I might look at them, I might not, but like if I'm trying to get to work or I'm trying to get somewhere and I'm late, like I drive to work every day. But if I'm trying to get somewhere and I'm late, which I almost always am, like gotta get out of the road.
Have any of you ever been on in part of a protest?
No.
Okay.
Usually
my point is proven.
So I can't. Yeah. I don't.
I haven't had a whole lot of free time to do protesting, and the companies keep me busy.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
I feel like all these protesters. Right. I feel like all these protesters don't really have anything to do. Like, you could probably be doing something more useful than standing somewhere with a sign. No one's really gonna pay attention to you.
You know what they could do is they could stand out in America. We have people that hold signs advertising things, so that might be more useful.
Yeah, like the sign dancers.
Yeah, that might be more useful.
That's actually a talent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I do what you want with your free time. I personally would rather take a nap,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah,
a lot
agreed.
of it. So
Or have a snack.
yeah, a Dorito in the
Mhm.
in
in the
woods.
woods.
Okay. Our last story is about Hollywood star Marilyn Monroe. So there was a author who just recently wrote a new book about First Lady Jackie Kennedy, and this author is claiming that Jackie was haunted for a very long time after she received a call at the Kennedy house from Marilyn Monroe. So Jackie picks up the phone, and Marilyn asked, "Is John still home?" And she ended up describing her voice to be ethereal and like a little lost girl. Apparently, Jackie already knew that they were having an affair at this time, but she's not like the kind of woman to seek confrontation. But in JFK's words, according to the author, his wife Jackie was very smart and serious, and it was fun for once to be with a woman who was just not that. So yeah. I feel like a lot of men are afraid to find their intellectual match in terms of a partner. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I can't really blame JFK because honestly, like most smart women scare me as well.
It's okay, Robin. I'm not gonna like hurt you, so it's fine. I don't know.
Jackie's not gonna kill you.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable. I don't know. I get it because she's a dime, right? Like she's a dime piece. So, but so is Jacqueline Kennedy. Like they're both gorgeous. Like, come on, John. Just
Johnny, get your mind right.
Pick one and go with it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. She's gorgeous. And I also feel like there are a lot of unrealistic expectations that men have for women. Like my wife is too smart and she works too hard and she's too serious. So I'm gonna go cheat on her. Come on, son.
Of course.
Sounds like his priorities might not have been in the right place.
Kind of crap. But it's also hard to be I feel like men often want women to be like so many things. And it's hard to be everything. And then in reverse, we get so excited when they take the trash out and like throw some deodorant on. Like it's so
really, that's what women are getting excited about.
And like if you started the dishwasher, some of us would probably pass out. You know what I mean? Like it's just the expectations are so different, so vast. You know, they want to win, but also, is a guy honestly going to marry someone who I'm not saying Marilyn Monroe was not intelligent. I actually think she's very intelligent, and I think that she played a character. Like this is a character. I think like her persona was a character, right? Deep, you know what I mean? So I'm not saying she's unintelligent in any way, but like she was maybe less serious than Jacqueline, but like
no, of course, it makes complete sense for her to play the dumb blonde. She can get away with anything.
Yeah, and I think it was good for her career. I think it was a career move more than anything, right? But like, would a man really also want to marry and have a long-term relationship with someone who's always in character for him?
Probably not.
Weird.
It is weird.
But she did bang the president and his brother. So I mean, I guess that's some sort of achievement.
Yeah, but I also feel like that's not a small pool of people.
It's true.
That's a pretty big sample size.
Yeah. So I was actually going to do a segment called Meme Wars, and one of the memes was kind of related to this one. As this one. Romantic movies should be considered sci-fi because none of this shit happens in real life. Changed my mind. So yeah, none of the expectations with men and women really add up. Which is also sort of like my problem with incel culture is like they watch all these romantic movies and they expect like real human communication to be like this, and it's so far from it.
Yep. It's not. But also I get it because like I read a lot of romance novels and I get the appeal because I'm like, none of this stuff would happen in real life, but that's why I'm here for the fantasy. So yeah, it's absolutely.
Do you watch Hallmark movies?
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure.
Wait, what's a Hallmark movie?
Terrible.
Okay, so
Terrible.
there's one plot, 6 actors, and I don't know.
You know that's got to be the easiest job in the world
4 locations
to be one of those actors, right?
for 5,000 movies. That's all I'll say. They're syrupy sweet, but they're adorable and cute.
This is the way it always starts out, right? Somebody left home, a small town.
Yeah. They went to
Usually a girl, a woman is left and she's a writer or a detective or something, right? Usually a writer. And she comes home for Christmas because things have gone awry or she's down in her luck. It's always she somehow makes it back.
Yeah. She's dating somebody in the big city who, I don't know, works hard, works extra hours.
He's a real nice guy, good looking, but not as good looking as Johnny, the hometown hero.
Flannel. So
yeah, chopping wood.
You know what you're describing?
What?
Bollywood.
A Bollywood movie? Yeah.
A Bollywood movie, yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's overlap.
The only difference in a Bollywood movie, I would say,
they're
is
singing
that,
and dancing.
Yes, exactly. There's just random scenes of them singing and dancing. Like the whole village joins and they know the choreography. It's funny. Okay, let's cover this one as well. So this is a meme from Seth Dillon. There are 2 questions every comedian must ask himself when he's writing a joke. Number 1, is it funny? Number 2, will it end my career because it offends the most powerful but insecure people in the world who mitigate mockery at their expense by self-identifying as oppressed and powerless? Yeah.
Wow.
But look at the comment above it.
So these guys, so this guy Seth Dillon, he's a Babylon Bee's kind of like a, I don't know, like a satire paper, and he actually had they had Elon on their podcast, and then once Elon bought Twitter, they reinstated him.
Okay, but also look at the comment. Look at the comment above that was sharing this. Look at the comment on that post that was shared. Straight up
that's right.
From a CEO.
Wait, how is this being anti-Semitic? I'm confused.
Me too.
I think the second line is where he's.
Okay, but what is it?
I don't know. It can't be the first one.
Yeah, I understand that, but like, I'm missing it. I'm missing that part of it.
Maybe we're not smart enough to understand this one. We need Eric.
I just don't see the correlation between,
but
Semitics and
it is kind of proving the point of the post. So thanks for proving that point.
Yeah.
So somebody jumps in and is offended immediately by it.
I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you guys know Jordan Peterson, but a good remark he made about this is, in order to have any opinions on anything, you have to risk being offensive. And I agree with that.
Is that Andrew Tate's father?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's just a no-brainer meme. How much scarier would a frog be if it ran instead of hopped? Scary. You just hear plat, plat, plat.
Horrifying.
That is scary. All right, what's next?
Okay.
Is it Becky's hour?
It is.
Becky's 21 minutes.
Becky's 21 minutes, see?
Yay!
We run a tight ship here on Good Morning LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Shall we share first Becky's best?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Now I'm going to critique these.
For this one.
Yes. The world wants your opinion, Rodney. Social media.
I think Eric does. Eric would want it.
Ready.
Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Yes.
So here's what I like about it. So this is Neville Medora. He runs a copywriting course where he teaches people how to copyright. And I
took it. Did you know it?
Oh, I did not know that. Did you?
I took it. Yeah, he's good friends with the guy that owns AppSumo.
Yeah. Noah Kagan.
Yeah, he's very smart.
Yes, they're
Neville's
both
very smart.
Like it's a
Yeah.
very, very smart group of people.
Yeah, agreed.
And I've been in a copywriting course in the past, and it was really fun and interesting. And
Yeah.
I'm always looking for things to learn from. But here's what I like about it. So, spoiler alert, I'm a giant social media nerd, and I have created like a lexicon for myself of types of posts that we do for my clients, because I want to have like a shortcut linguistically of here's the type of post, here's the purpose, here's the outcome that we're looking for my team to be able to execute on that. And so this is what I classify as an educational popcorn post. And so what that means to me is it's a very small consumable piece of content, like a little piece of popcorn that you can consume in one bite. And it provides value, but you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything else to learn. So this is him. Actually, it's kind of meta because he is commenting on what he likes about that post. But I like from him, what I like about this is that he is, if you look at the caption, he's just explaining short and sweet and to the point exactly why he likes it and why it's effective. So he does a really good job of teaching with visual and with kind of using the critique style or using analytics to analyze why he likes something. And I like that a lot from him, because as a copywriter, it's hard to learn how to do things without seeing examples. So I just like his review process, and I like that he does this all the time. He's not asking for anything. He's not saying take my course. He's not doing any of that, but it is incredibly effective. He doesn't need to say any of that, and he still gets the point across. So I think this is a really powerful post, and I
think it's good.
Yeah, and here's the other secret. This is what, maybe 40 characters.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
It's so short. And it gets to the point.
I have a question. Could you do these kinds of posts even if you don't have that much following? Because I'm assuming this guy has like a couple thousand people following him.
Oh, for sure. He's very.
I think he's got more than a couple of thousand.
Yeah.
Okay, so say you're like me and you have like under 100 people following you. Can you make this kind of post?
But yeah. Why wouldn't you? I mean, that's how he got to his thousands of connections, right?
Robin's been on LinkedIn for 22 years and he's got 100 connections.
Yeah. But this is what you have to do, is content exactly like this. And this is part of why it's so effective. It just gives value and it doesn't ask for anything in return. And that's right. Is like, you want to make that value investment first and then ask. So it's like, there's this Gary Vaynerchuk's book, Jab, 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 Right Hook. That's kind of the point of his book, is that you jab, you value, and then you right hook, ask for something in return. So you have to lead with value. So absolutely, you can and should be doing posts like this. And it's not because he is demonstrating his authority in his industry by saying why that ad is effective and why he likes it. So he's subtly demonstrating his authority, but he's just providing value. And it's also completely aimed at his target market and what their pain points are. Their pain points are, I need to learn what effective marketing looks like. So he's providing that with a visual example.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely start doing things like this. Yeah, it does. Yeah. I mean, there are other aspects to growing your following. You just have to be really proactive about it. So that's part of it too.
You got to go on LinkedIn.
Huh?
He's got to get on LinkedIn.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Get on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Yeah. Get on there, cowboy.
His profile. I'm curious how many. And he's crazy smart. I'm curious how many followers he actually has.
Click on him, Robin. Come on here.
Let's see. Let's find out.
Yeah, let's see what he's got, man.
I'm curious what his numbers are.
13,000.
Yeah. And honestly,
we're his friends. Can you believe it? Look at it. We're his friends.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't want to throw around the word best friend lightly, but I think we're his best friend.
He's like a brother. It's like a brother.
Is Eric the other mutual?
He might be.
I'm hoping it's Eric.
Is it Eric? Robin only has 3 connections, so it was probably Eric.
It's probably Eric, yes. And you're lucky to be part of those 3 connections.
Yeah.
Also,
privilege.
other the fastest way to boost your engagement on your content is to engage with your network's content.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. Like there's that old army saying for mail, which is you got to write them to get them. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like you have to write letters to get letters in the army. That's what they used to say. And that's the exact same thing with LinkedIn.
Were you in the army?
Huh?
Were you in the army?
I ran the army.
I'm just messing with you.
I have a problem with authority and I don't like mornings. So the army was not the right choice.
It's not good for you. So here's the thing. We were going to have you critique Robin's LinkedIn profile, but we realized he didn't have one.
I do.
I'm joking.
Okay.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So should we go to Rodney's?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
I'm kind of scared.
Da-da-da!
Oh,
Look
it
at it.
even
There it is.
shows
Oh
that
my
we're
God, there
live.
we are. Oh my God.
Nice.
Look at that.
Well,
Oh my God. Wow.
I like the person in the bottom left-hand corner of the live.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy.
Bottom.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you said the top right.
Yeah. Okay, let's scroll back up. I want to see, first of all, let's talk about profile pictures. That is.
There it is. There I am.
You look like Timothy Oliphant a little bit in that picture, which is
Who's
awesome.
that?
Like
is that Rob Lowe?
Not Deadwood. No.
Oh,
no, because he has a different name than Rob Lowe and it's a different person. What's that? He's in some really popular show. Anyway,
I don't know.
He's a handsome guy.
Thank you.
This is so meta because we're scrolling. I'm seeing your scroll in the video.
It's us. See? You can see us in it.
It's pretty neat.
First, I want to look at the description.
Look at it. Revolutionizing PO comparison, empowering businesses to find their perfect match. Over 3,000 companies serve.
I don't know what that means a little bit.
What? Let me help you. Revolutionizing PO comparison and empowering businesses to find the perfect match. So we help companies find the perfect PO through comparison and our expertise.
Okay.
Over 3,000 companies served means I've helped over 3,000 companies.
Okay. That was, yeah. Because if I was just confused because it's not on a billboard at a McDonald's, so I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, that's right.
So are you open to feedback?
Yeah, of course. That's why you're here.
One of
to tell me how great it is. To tell me how great it is.
Dance monkey. That's what you're saying to me. Perform. So first, the headline is
good.
A little confusing, even after that in-depth explanation, because one of the things that one of my professors told me that stuck out, and this is one of like 4 things I remember from college, is people buy the whole, not the drill. So that's benefit versus feature, right? So what's the benefit of that? What does that mean?
Help companies prepare businesses to find the PO, perfect PO.
But what does that mean for my company? Why do I care?
It means I'm gonna get you the right PO.
So what?
I'm gonna save you because that's the only thing you care about.
Why?
Just tell me what it should say, and we'll change it.
I don't know. I'm still not following. So what's the outcome of it?
Here, I'll help a little bit.
Yeah, help her out.
So
help us out. Help me out, I should say.
What PO brokers do is they take a full analysis of like what the current PO that they're using or their current solution, and then it's their goal to find them a better deal or negotiate with their current vendor to get a better deal off of it.
Right.
And then
now, we're the only ones in the world. That's
So
and what PO does is it helps out with HR, payroll, and it just helps you focus
workers' compensation, your
business.
benefits, your retirement, all of it. Yeah.
Okay, so but I still don't understand what's the outcome of it.
The outcome is that instead of you having to fill out a bunch of forms, listen to a bunch of sales pitches, go talk to a bunch of people, try to figure out what's going on, is we do it for you, and it's free.
Okay, so you are saving me time
and money.
Health, wealth, relationships. Those are the 3 things that we are focusing on in terms of.
And I help you get better health insurance. So I guess I'm helping them. I mean, it's really a trifecta.
Yeah. So, but I think that's how I would explain it. I
wanted to put on their defender of the free world, and they were like, so what should I say there? Just tell us what to say.
I would say something like,
Robin, write this down.
Save time and money find the perfect PEO solution for you or something like that. So start with the benefit, lead with the benefit. What is in it for me with them? Right.
That's
so
right.
we're always getting in the shoe. And remember, you're not the hero of the
They
story.
are.
No. Who is the hero?
Me.
I said it yesterday. No.
Becky.
No.
Robin.
No.
Eric.
It's not.
Do I know them?
The customer is the hero.
The customer. That's why I said them, and you said no.
Oh, I thought you said me.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
The customer.
I might have said you.
So they get to be the hero. Better benefits, less time, less money.
That's right.
That's what I would do for a headline.
Okay.
So make it more outcome focused and less like process focused. Because if I'm being honest, if I get a Blizzard at Dairy Queen, I don't care how it's made necessarily. I just want it to taste good.
That's true.
So
yeah, that's true. I've never put my head in a Blizzard machine.
Well,
I haven't updated this in a couple of weeks, guys. So I've been really. Oh, let's look at my post.
Yeah, let's look at your.
Yes.
These are really good.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a show all post.
Hit show all posts. There's a few.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good ones here.
Let's look at your posts.
These are good.
Nice.
Which I want to know which one you got the most value from. Well, that's us.
That's when I got the most value.
Yeah, this one here. Here, click like while you're there. Okay, sorry. Oh man, here's. Yeah, there you go. All right. Going down. Look at that. Man, oh man.
How's
a
this
repost.
Post?
This is good. This is really good.
So it's, to me, this is a little long and a little vague. If I mean
vague, it's about not letting insecurities color our perspective of life.
Yeah, which I appreciate. I think the topic in general is good. I would two things. I would make it more specific and maybe use a story to illustrate your point. 3 things. 1, there's no graphic that goes with it. So it's kind
of
you're
missing your very handsome side profile selfie, Rodney.
No, it's up at the top. It's at the top.
If you're saying, Robin, that someone who posts pictures of themselves every single day on LinkedIn is problematic, I do not agree.
Huh.
But some graphic to like make it pop out.
While you're over there, Robin, looking at it, let's go and hit like. Let's smash that like button over there.
I'm gonna give you a celebrate.
Okay, I like it.
Go crazy. Let's go to the next one. This is a good one.
Wait, go back. Not done.
Oh, I don't see any of these liked. Sorry, Robin, you're going to be busy today.
Okay, that's what we refer to as vanity metrics, and not necessarily.
I don't know what that means.
It means that it's just more about so we refer to engagement in general as vanity metrics. So like comment shares, those are more vanity. What the metrics that we're going to measure are link clicks. Which there's no link in here, so that's fine. And some I don't recommend doing links with every piece of content, so it's totally fine. I would maybe use a story to illustrate the point and make it a little bit less vague. I would add a graphic, and I would maybe shorten it a little bit.
You would add a graphic in it, or like what do you mean? Like add a graphic underneath it?
Oh yeah, post with a graphic and.
I see. Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's what I would.
Look at my next one. Was really good. Did you see this one?
I did.
This was for the LinkedIn lunatics.
I'll read it. It says, before posting on LinkedIn, stop and think. How will this help my audience? How will this add value to my connections? How will this help me grow my network? And most importantly, is it worth my time?
That's right.
I like that because it's short and sweet, and it gives
love.
you.
Do a love. Okay. Well.
Do a love.
Yeah,
we'll do a
there
love.
You go. That's
pretty good. What's your following? What's your following size?
9,500.
Really? Did you just make that up?
No, it's real.
Look at it. Gotta believe, Becky.
I'm a wild man.
Literally, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that deserves a round of applause.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Good job having a network size that's effective.
I have 9586 is my follower count, but my connections is Robin. How many connections? I have a lot, right? I'm connected to Barack Obama and Bill Gates. Just letting you know.
Whoa.
So
really,
Bill and I are like this. Well, we used to be like this.
My name. I did like that post. Again, there's a pick, so I would definitely start.
I need to do a pick. Yep.
I would start. I would start doing picks with it.
Okay. Robin, go down more. There's better ones.
Yeah.
Well, obviously there's this. This is really good.
There's that. Yeah, that's some of our best stuff we've ever seen. Keep going.
Topic.
This is good, right? This is a video. Deep thoughts with Deep.
But that was funny, right?
There was.
I watched it, yeah. Yeah, which is hilarious. I thought that I liked that a lot, and I like
Thank
these
you.
videos. So good.
Keep going, Robin. We need more. The people demand it.
There's a man with beautiful hair.
There he is. Keep going.
Oops.
We need more.
You're so bossy.
There you go.
What about this one? This is good, right? This is a share. Boom. Boom. I even wrote it out. What's going on here?
So I in general like the concept.
Thank you.
Don't know
It's long.
about the intro question, because if you go down and you look at the article title, can you scroll down just a little bit and we'll scroll
Yeah,
back?
Robin, come on here. Robin's never used the computer.
It's okay.
I'm
So
learning.
the title of the article is
First
two
day.
words. The title of the article is 2 words that can make healthcare a nightmare. So that's what I'm going to use to tease the post.
I see.
So I'm going to come up with a problem, something, that instills fear, uncertainty, doubt, FUD. That's what we call it. Fear, uncertainty, or doubt. I'm going to come up with a question. It's great to intro with a question, but I don't understand how pre-authorization is tied to that yet. And I feel like it's
because those are the 2 scary words.
Okay, but go back up. I'm gonna tease into it with a question that's just a little more spicy.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I should have said these 2 words could kill you dead.
Yes. If you hear these 2 words,
you're
your
dead.
Healthcare plan is in trouble, or you're dead.
Yeah,
or
that's good.
Your team is in trouble, and then you agitate. So we're gonna introduce the problem, then we're gonna agitate it, which you might be doing, and then you're gonna talk about, okay, here's what the problem is, right? So this is why this article covers why medicine and bureaucracy lead to big problem. Learn more here. And I think that you used an example, by the way. I would just change the order of operations a little bit here, but all in all, it's a good.
It is a good one.
I would just lead in with something a little more enticing, to like a hook. They call it a hook. You want to draw people in and hook them real fast. So especially because this is like a fear, uncertainty, doubt.
I like it. Robin, scroll down. I wanted to see the next one.
Oh God.
If she likes this
no,
one.
I hate to say that, but I do agree with Becky on the last one.
I agree with her 100%. She's a professional. We're amateurs.
Yes.
Hate to say you agree with me. Do you hate being right?
I hate. Well, Robin hates it. I love it. Look at this one here.
Mine
is I hate disagreeing with Rodney.
Oh,
not necessarily disagreeing with you.
It's so fun. You should try it. It's
fun.
Not in my experience. Okay. The next one. If you own a company or are a decision maker in one, and you have employees, at least one, and are concerned about your upcoming insurance renewals, and you are reading this message, you are in luck, because my team and I can help you get in control of your renewals, whether it's your health insurance or your workers' compensation. Even if you are using a PO, we are brokers. So if you need help, message me and I will help you. Don't suffer in silence.
Okay,
this was a PSA, a public service announcement for the children, for everyone.
Thank you for protecting the children. I like that end line. I would lead with it. You're kind of bearing the lead there. So I would say don't suffer in silence would be my first sentence. I would lead with that. And then I would say I would put in my self-qualification. So I would say something like, if you are, and then you list out the things that matter. And then I would talk about benefits and outcomes more a little bit, right? Because it says get control of your renewals. I don't know what that means and why it matters to me. So, and coming in from somebody who, by the way, does own a business. I don't have any full-time employees or part-time employees, so that doesn't except for myself. But I don't. So it's not necessarily targeting me, but I would say that I would talk a little bit more about benefits and outcomes. So, because what is getting control of, like, what are potential problems with insurance renewals, and
it's because it's really high.
The cost is high. Okay, great. So if you were concerned about runaway costs with your health insurance renewals, I can help you. Like, that to me is a compelling.
That makes sense.
That's right.
That makes sense.
All right, folks, we have 30 seconds left on the broadcast. So I do suggest we also wrap this up because there is a hard cutoff at 1 hour.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that was a very interesting segment. We should do it more often.
It was very good.
Yeah, Becky
in
gives some good
general,
good
great
insights.
start. But you're like 1% shifts would make it, in my opinion, more compelling. So
That's what I need.
Great start. Great start.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be again live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Bye.
Stop.